guys, so I referred somebody to my album company PCL West, and they of course emailed me back and told me that the Rose system was a little bit confusing to understand. So I thought I would just do a little video to kind of help you guys understand the products and how to order an album from the Rose system. Once again, I noticed the other day that they actually have a new worksheet of the Rose system, so I thought it would be cool to kind of update the video that I previously had to give you a little bit of a better understanding regarding how to order from PCL West. Okay, so first I wanted to start off on their website because I don't think I showed this to you last time, but you can basically access their website by going to PCLWest.com. Okay, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of the products they have. Okay, so the first thing they have is the Eterna album. This is the most popular album, and this is the album that I mostly offer. It has a leather binding and a custom cover, and you can get up to about, I think, 70 spreads. So that makes a pretty big album. I generally like to get 10 spreads, which is the minimum, and then go up from there depending on how many pictures my client requires. And then their Cameo is their newest product, which is also a leather cover. But basically they have an inset in there of a metal print, which makes it really, really vibrant. So you can pick different sizes. So if you want like a square print on inside in the middle, or maybe a little one on the side. It has a square binding just like the Eterna. So it's very similar. And then they have their classic, which I think is more of a traditional type of album. There is no custom cover, but it is leather around, and it has a round spine. I think it's kind of old-fashioned, so it's not something I would order, but it's very similar to maybe like an old-style album, but still flush mount pages. And then they have the Helena, which is a wraparound cover, and the wraparound cover is the same material as the Eterna custom cover. So this is great as well if you're wanting more of a wraparound style with a picture that goes all the way around and also has a square binding. The Helena Platinum is very similar, just with a padded cover and a square spine. And then they have their Helena Gold, which is basically a fabric cover that goes all the way around with some padding. And then they have the Helena Pearl, which is basically an image printed on leather that wraps all the way around with a square spine, which is really, really cool and unique. So what you'll need to do first to order an album from PCL West is just click on Get Started, go to the Rose area right here. And then you want to click on Download Rose, and it'll just download the program. I already have it downloaded, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it up for you guys to see how to order from their system. Most of the bigger album companies already use a Rose system, so this is very similar to other Rose systems, but there's a little bit more confusing because they don't have a specific catalog menu area. Instead, where you would find their catalog is where it says sizes right here. So most of their items right here is just kind of like novelty one-off items such as canvases and prints and things like that. But what we're really going to do is order their albums. PCL West does also things for seniors and other things as well. So I'm just going to go down here and then click on the catalog area. And then you just want to click on PCL albums. Then it's going to bring up the Avant-Garde album. So now it's going to make it really easy for you. It's going to have a series of steps. So you just want to go to the first order pages. And I like to do a square spreads pager because I usually design my albums outside PCL West. So basically now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open a folder with an album design in it. And just click on the folder menu here. If you are wondering how I design my albums, I usually use two various Photoshop templates. But now I'm using the KISS systems, which has made my life super easy. If you're curious on how KISS system works, you're welcome to look at the video on how I use the KISS system to design an album on my channel if you want to search for it. I really like the KISS systems because it's really easy to use and it designs in a square, and it's usually really clean templates, which I like generally for my wedding albums. So what I'm going to do now is once the files have loaded up, I'm going to go ahead and just drag the files into the pager right here. And you can see that it has the lines that it shows you kind of where it's going to fold. This is a detail shot, so I'm okay with that. And you just go ahead and go through and add to order and just drag all the rest of them into there and press add to order. So you want to do that for each page. So once you have all the pages, then you want to just click on sizes again. Okay, then it's going to go to order cover, and you just want to go to the Eterna, which is the one I usually order. And I'm going to get a 10 by 10. and it's going to bring up a template for your cover. So generally, I usually like to have a picture of the bride and groom for the cover. And then you can kind of drag it back and forth to kind of adjust it like this. Okay, and I press add to order, and then I'll automatically pop up the third step, which is the order form. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill this out, and the studio name, I'm just going to put my studio name, basically. And then under album reference, I like to usually put like the bride and groom's name. For the size, I'm going to order 10 by 10. And then for pages, I usually like to do 10 pages, 20 sides. Okay. And for my turnaround, for my weddings, I usually try to order the leather cover with a photo on it. I usually only do full leather if it's like a boudoir album. You can actually check their leather choices on their website as well. Okay. And I usually like to order the soft leather. So they have different colors like the pink, which I like for boudoir, orange, maroon, black, lavender, mustard. But I usually like to do black unless my client chooses otherwise. And I just like to put an X where I'm going to be checking my option. Under paper types, I usually like the luster. I only order metallic unless if it's an upgrade. And I don't usually order the deep matte because it's more of a fine art type of paper, and I'm not usually a fine art photographer. So you have two types of styles, like the seamless and then the gutter. So you can choose either or. I generally like to choose seamless because my clients seem to like it better. But the gutter does seem to last longer as far as the pages and discoloration over time. And then you can also choose to imprint it. So if you want to like put the bride and groom's name on there, you're welcome to do that. But I generally like to leave the imprinting alone. And then you also have an option to do a duplicate album, so you get 25% off additional albums that are the same scale, which is great for like parent albums and things like that. And then you can also ask them to review the photos before they print, but I usually trust them, so I always waive the review. Okay, now press add to order. So now it's time to review the order, so I press click review order. And then I generally just like to check to make sure that I have all my pages for one, and then also to make sure that my pages are in order. So I just like to go down the line and just count just to make sure that I have them. Okay. And then you can basically rearrange them by clicking on the number and just dragging it up and down. Or if you want to edit, you can also click on the square right here, and I'll just bring the page back up so that way you can kind of edit it again. Once you're done editing, press save to save the changes. And then you can go ahead back to reviewing your order. Okay, and this is the area where you would basically say if you need a rush. They usually ask for customer reference. I just usually put the bride and groom's name. So then once you have everything, you can press complete order, and I am not going to do it now because of the fact that I don't want this album to be sent. But once you press complete order, then it will just go ahead and send it straight to PCL West to go ahead and start processing your album. Okay, so as always, I do videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to keep up more tips and tricks. Talk to you later. Bye.